All right.
Hello, and welcome back to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. And with me in the co-captain's chair tonight is Mr. Ove Rendum. How you doing, Ove?
I'm doing really great. It's summertime and it's nice to be around now.
Yep.
All day.
What's the temperature in Norway right now?
Uh, right now it's about 65, but it's 1 in the morning.
Okay. Well, that explains it. Okay, because we have about 87 here right now. So,
Yeah, I can say in the daytime tomorrow it's gonna be 76 and
okay.
73, 60, 69, 79, 80, 84.
Well, we have a real scorcher today and tomorrow. 93 high today and high of 90 tomorrow. And tomorrow,
Better get better, you better
tomorrow,
get, you better get sued to squeeze some lemonade then.
yeah, right. Um, I'm probably gonna. I just got invited out to go to the bar and watch a comedian tomorrow night.
Oh, nice. That should be fun.
So we'll see how that goes. But so anyway, so this was kind of a last minute thing. I invited Ove on yesterday because I know Ove attended the Tons of Rock Festival at the end of June in Oslo, Norway. Is that how you pronounce it? Oslo?
Right, right, right.
Yep. And I have never been to a European metal festival or any musical. Actually, I think I've been to two music fests in my entire life. Back in the early 80s, I went to a Southern rock festival called the Roundup in
Hmm.
Philadelphia, PA. And then I don't know, in 2005, 2006, I went to Gigantor down at Jones
Oh,
Beach,
nice, nice.
hosted by Megadeth and Dream Theater. So that was interesting in itself. So,
Yeah, that's a spicy mix.
but for tonight, Ove is going to drive most of this because he's going to tell us how the festival was, and I'm going to share the website that it's on as a visual aid. So, uh, why don't you talk about it a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and share.
Well, it's a 10 this year was a 10 years anniversary for the festival. It was pretty big because they finally landed Metallica, and that was a pretty big thing for them. So there was a lot. There was like expanded a little bit the area. So there was like about, I would say, 35 to 40,000 peoples going through each, and it was 4 day festival. So it was pretty big success this year.
Oh, that's
Last year
good.
there was probably 25 to 30,000, but they have expanded the area. So
Okay.
there was a lot of people, and the fun thing about these festivals is like you get to see a lot of different rockers and a lot of people that you don't see in your everyday life that just can be themselves and don't like have to worry about being looked at because they wear what they want to do whatever makeup they want to
Right.
do whatever cosplay or like whatever they are into. They can be themselves,
Yes,
and nobody's judged. That's why I love about festivals because it's kind
that's
of like a
great.
sanctuary for rockers.
Now, when you buy tickets to the festival, can you buy for individual nights, or do you have to buy for the whole 4 days? How does that
You
work?
can buy for individual nights, and of course, first night with Metallica got sold out. The first night, I always buy festival pass, like a whole thing is about, I would say about 350 to 400 $400. But for all the bands you get and stuff, I think it's a fair deal. So
No, that does sound fair. Yeah, for 4 nights, and I so I'm going to go ahead and share quickly.
all right, all right, right,
So
right.
let's do that. So here we go. Tons of rock. I hope everybody can see it. So you can see there's I'm estimating there's about, I don't know, 28 to 30 bands total, or even more than that. So Metallica was the headliner for the first night. You
All
had
right.
Saxon Europe, that Motors.
As a Norwegian prog band, you probably like them.
Oh, okay. And now I guess I'm assuming this is a tribute band of Black Sabbath, Black Debbath.
It's kind of a mockery band of like political things. It's like they are very leftist, so they will like have like songs like a big blow to the right side, or or the Republican side, and it's like a satire or like a make fun of political thing in the Black Sabbath vibe.
Uh, okay. All right. So Rotting Christ, I've heard of. Okay, so
Yeah,
Thursday, Tool, Opeth, and Wasp. I would say I probably like Wasp the best out of the three, but Opeth is pretty cool.
yeah, they actually did a fan requested set list this year. So
Oh,
we got
nice.
a lot of Blackwater Park, a lot of the album before Blackwater Park, and nothing newer than 2008. So everything with growl vocals and clean vocals. So it
Okay.
probably was the best set list they have done in ages.
All right. I see you have Doro on Thursday night. I'm assuming
Yeah,
she was really good.
I don't
Catatonia,
know. I
I
wasn't
think
there.
I've heard of. I'm
What?
sorry.
I wasn't at Doro, so but she was probably good.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see her. Okay.
No, I was probably at something a little more brutal.
Oh, okay. Because they have multiple stages set up at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
Gotcha.
You got vampire stage, moonlight stage, and there's the main stage. So
Gotcha. Okay. Well, they did have that set up that similar to that way during Gigantour, where they had multiple stage, but never had anybody playing at the same time. They would set up on one stage, but they'd be playing on another.
all right, right, right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's quite a bit of distance between those stages here, so it's something for everybody.
But mine was a 1 day festival, so whereas this is 4 days. So
Yeah,
okay, Friday, June 28th, the Almighty Judas Priest.
yeah,
Had you ever seen them before, or is this your first time?
yeah. I saw them on Notre Dame's tour in
Oh,
2010,
okay.
I think.
If you want to call it the Nostradamus tour, they only played one song from the album, but
Yeah, I was happy because I got the Dissident Aggressor and something else from Sin After Sin on that tour. So, and you
right.
know how much I love Sin After Sin. I
Yes,
didn't get in my point of entry though, but you
right.
can't get it all.
Okay, I see you saw Uriah Heep. Well, we're
Yeah,
going
they
to
did
talk
one
about.
hell of a show.
Oh,
My
they
God, for
are.
being 70, 75, they
Yeah,
fucking pack a punch.
yeah.
Holy hell.
They're great. How long did they get to play?
40 to 45 minutes, I think. And there was like
Okay.
they did a full set. There was like minimal of talk. There was
Yeah.
just pumping out.
Well, when you have that little time, you kind of have to maximize your stage time. But
Well,
I
Rob Halford, he did stay on the stage for 100 minutes straight. When everybody else did go off and take a drink, he did vocal warming up sessions. He got the crowd singing with him. He stayed
uh,
on for 100 minutes. The only time he went off stage was to get his Harley Davidson
right. Oh,
for
okay.
for for Hellbent for Leather.
Wow, that's cool.
And he's over 70s. I mean, if I'm that healthy when I'm over 70, I'm going to be happy.
Right. Yeah, but
It was such a good show. I mean, I got the Sinner, and of course I didn't get Saints in Hell because it was a festival set, so they cut
yeah.
out the good pieces. But I got the Sinner, so I was happy.
Oh, that's cool. And I'm assuming they played a few from their latest album, Invincible Shield. Couple.
Well, they cut out what's that slower song that everybody and you love so much?
We, uh, let me see.
Not Panic Attack, not the main track, but the single number 3.
Uh, I'm I'm gonna I'm looking for my I got it here somewhere. Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Panic Attack, Serpent and the King, Invincible Shield, uh, Crown of Horns.
Yes, that one I cut out because it was
Yeah.
festival. And
Yeah,
my buddy, he was like, the only song he wanted to hear was Crown of Horns. And I was like,
right,
I don't think they're gonna play it because they
right,
trim the fats when it's a festival thing.
right. But they played, sir, did they play? I'm assuming they played Invincible Shield and Panic Attack.
Yeah, they did
Okay.
those two.
All right.
And I was like, Riding with the Wind was so good to hear live.
Oh, nice. Yes, that's a good tune. Love the drums in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Nobody else I know on that night.
Well,
So
Abbat was in Immortal, that's black metal, and Empire State Bastards is kind of I guess a New York band that's kind of. But I Am Morbid is kind of a tribute to Morbid Angel with David Vincent and Paul Sandoval on drums, which was my favorite concert or over a show of the whole tour of the whole festival. I mean,
oh, okay. So all right. So I'm just gonna
Orange Goblin is from England. They are stoner rock. You should probably check them out. It's been around since the 90s.
okay.
Really cool band.
Very
They
cool.
delivered a one hell of a show. The vocalist did rile up the crowd, and they were like on fire. So it
Right.
was a really fun show. When they connect with the crowd, that's everything, if you ask me.
That's very cool. Okay. So we're just gonna shoot to uh June 29th, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over this again so you can tell me all of the bands that you like that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
might
yeah.
not know. So Greta Van Vliet, I see. ZZ Top, one of my favorites. Uh, I I saw them once, and my favorites by ZZ Top are "Waiting for the Bus" and "Jesus Just Left Chicago." They didn't
Yeah, from Stefan Rest, yeah.
they didn't play those, did they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They started out with those.
Awesome. My
Yeah, it
favorite.
was the one hell of a set list. So since the
Awesome.
top, you're gonna look forward to hearing me talk about.
But what's really weird is the fact that they're country. They're no, they're Southern rock slash blues. They're not really metal, so I thought it was
Uh,
a little odd that they were on the bill, but just the same, if I was there, I'd be very happy to see them.
yeah,
So let's just go. Oh, Creator, I have seen once before. I
yeah.
saw them with Accept in New York City. They played together and
Hmm.
both killed. Okay, so going back, we're gonna start on Thursday night. Who from who in this list that you really like that I might not have heard?
You're not starting with. Did you go through Wednesday?
Well, Tool, Opeth, Wasp, I've obviously heard of them. I've heard of Doro.
Yeah, but you're on the second day. Shouldn't we start with the first?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my bad. Okay. Let's 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 do this over. Okay. First day,
Yeah,
Wednesday, June 26th. So I obviously know Metallica,
yeah.
Sax, Europe, the final countdown. Um,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
Rotting
so I
Christ.
started out with the Nervosa, which is thrash metal from South America, with Prika and stuff. She's been on Rock Fantasy Files quite a few times.
Who's that?
So
Repeat that again.
Nervosa, the second to last one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's the all-female thrash metal band. They delivered a really good show, but the sound was not really good. And I
Yeah.
something with I guess the PA and stuff. So they suffered from a bad sound, but they delivered one hell of a show. They were all over the place and riling up the crowd, and they really put on a show. So that was a good show. Number two, I did see Alien Weaponry from New Zealand. They are kind of. They are indigenous people, so they are kind of like, I guess you have heard Sepultura with roots. So it's kind of like metal with their indigenous drums and kind of like
Interesting.
lyrics and stuff. So they put on a really good show. Rotting Christ was my favorite of that day, of course.
Okay.
I did not see Van Halen's son. I didn't see When She Sleeps. Motorcycle.
So that's going to be Van Halen's son, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah,
Mammoth.
yep,
Okay.
yep,
That was actually, I think, their first name before they switched it to Van Halen. So
yeah.
interesting.
Motorcycle, they started out in school when they were 14 or maybe 16, 17, and they have been around since the early 90s. It's kind of they were a heavy kind of stoner kind of like doom thing, and they got more and more progressive over the years. So but it was like cool because they played something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue. So it was a good show.
Okay.
Saxon performed really good. I
Yeah.
didn't know that they got what's his name, Tatler oh Lord, who is the guy that has Am I Evil, that
Uh,
Metallica covers?
uh, I'm drawing a blank.
Ryan Tatler, you know what who I'm talking about. I didn't
Yeah,
know he played guitar for Saxon. So
right.
that was pretty cool. Parkway Drive is a metalcore band. So I didn't see them. Metallica was the headline show, but I have to say that was the worst Metallica show I've ever seen. The
Really?
setlist sucked. The sound sucked. It
Wow.
sounded like James Hetfield was on a what's it called, a happy pill, because he was like, I'm so happy to be here, I'm so beautiful to see you guys. He was
Wow.
like, I don't know, he has taken a happy pill or something.
Wow.
uh,
That's
but they got like
amazing.
5 out of 6 in the newspaper. They all got like a really good like review, but I don't get it. The only good thing was that Ryan Tadler did join Metallica to play Am I Evil. That
Uh-huh.
was that was pretty fun because that's the only time was they play that song on this leg or in this part of the tour.
Uh,
But otherwise, it was a lot of wind, and then it's like it was not. I got real let down because they cut out all the good meat. It was basically just the leftovers we got,
well, the
like the
funny thing is,
skeleton.
it looks like they had a nice long set list of about 15 songs. So I see Whiplash, Creeping
Yeah,
Death, For Whom the
yeah,
Bell Tolls, Enter Sandman,
yeah.
72 Seasons. That's
Hmm.
If Darkness Had a Sun, Fade to
Hmm.
Black, Shadows Follow, Am I Evil? Nothing Else Matters, pretty cool
All
too.
right.
Sad But True, Lux Eterna, Seek and
Hmm.
Destroy, that's one of my favorites. One, another favorite, and of course, Master of Puppets. So it looked like they had a decent set list, but you're saying that it wasn't good, huh?
Oh, that's the worst set list ever. It's like it's so safe that you could play it in the dark because
Uh-huh.
there's no like interesting songs on it. It's like it's it's so common set list that everybody knows. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like, for me, if you've seen Metallica a few times, this is not what you go to see Metallica for. I mean, their performance, the how they played the songs and how it was done. That is all good, of course. It's just, I don't know. It's you want because we lost Leper Messiah, we lost that longest track on the new album, we lost Shortest Straw, we lost a lot of the good ones. Call of Cthulhu, yeah, a lot of good tracks that they played on the all other shows that we
Right.
didn't get. So it was like a letdown after letdown. But hey,
Yeah.
people were happy, so
Yeah.
I guess that's the main thing to think
I could
about.
see where their core audience might have been a little disappointed, but the general fan like me might
Yeah.
have been happy because I've actually never seen them before.
Oh, the rest of the crowd, the rest of the I would say probably rest of the 35,000 or 38,000 people were really happy. Us 2,000 people that was expecting the good tracks, we were
Right.
not.
Yeah.
So I guess all in all, it was a success. But
All right. That's very interesting perspective. Okay, now let's move to Thursday, June
hmm
27th. So
yeah,
so Tool, Opeth, Wasp. So now what are some bands you like within this
Well, the
doing that?
first thing I saw was Catatonia from Finland. They are
Uh-huh.
a fantastic band. They are like they started out really heavy in back in the 90s, but they have become like very atmospheric and very gothic and kind of like extremely good vocalist. He is a really good singer, so you might like it. It's uh, f- um, Steven Keeler loves them to death. He really likes this band. He got a lot
I
of
can
love for
see that.
Finnish bands, and this is one of the best ones, if you ask me. They are still as good today as they were 30 years ago.
Right.
Igor is kind of an interesting band because they have a female soprano. They have like a guy on violin, a guy on a saxophone, and they play like really hard death metal, and then they jump into a prelude with like jazz, and then into progressive, and then into heavy metal, and then into a classical moment with just a soprano. It's a feast of genres of music. It's a show, man. It's what I call a show because they
Oh,
put on a show. So
okay.
if you get to see Igor, I mean, if you don't even like black or death metal, it's like it's so much going on. It's just you will be just standing there and just being in a trance in a way because they are
Wow.
so talented. It's a one-man project, really, from France, I think.
Okay. I'll have to keep them in mind.
Yeah,
You said you didn't see Doro, but anybody else in this list?
yeah. I saw Mr. Bungle, Mike Patton from Faith No More, and Scott Ian from Anthrax, and Dave Lombardo on drums from Slayer,
Hmm.
and a couple of more. It's kind of thrash metal, but it's like Mike Patton. It's kind of like he has weird sounds on a synthesizer, and it's kind of like he would sing the sweetest kind of songs, like the coziest ballads, and then suddenly ruin it with like playing really hard. Like it's kind of yeah, it's an experience too. It was really fun, and they kind of like got the crowd singing with like different songs. So it's a fun thing. It's You can check it out. It's a fun project
All
if
right.
you like a walk on the wild side.
Right.
Wasp, Blackie Lawless had just done a back surgery because last summer he did something to his back, and the doctor told him that he should quit the tour. But like Wasp do, we don't quit on anybody. So he finished the tour and fucked up his back really bad. So he had to be out of commission for quite a while. So he was sitting down most of the time and playing. But performance wise and singing wise, it was all good.
All
They
right.
performed, they did a really good show, and they had the music videos playing in the background while they were playing, and it was really fun. I've seen Wasp back in 2011 too, and it's like they are just the same. It's like they are back in the 80s still, and he's talking with his charming Texas accent, and it's like he looked like it's really fun. So I only wish that Chris Holmes played guitar, but that's kind
Okay.
of asking much, I think, with the history of those two guys.
Okay. Cool. So
Extreme, I
anything
didn't
else from?
see. Uh, I No, I didn't see more. The artist Murder is from Australia. I know the vocalists. I was supposed to see those guys, but there was something else going on. And Tool was my favorite of that whole day. Tool put on one hell of a show. There's like
Oh,
big like backdrop screens, and in the back and on the side. So and instead of because Tool is a band that they don't want the audience to focus on them as the band playing. They want to give a show, so it's a very kind of big animated things that the guitar player does. He does all the music videos with animation and stuff. It's kind of kinky stuff because they kind of interlude a lot of sex stuff, but it's like a lot of like colors and a lot of stuff. So it's kind of an experience. It's a really beautiful thing, and the music is kind of like just enhancing what you're seeing on the screens. So it's kind of, I guess, kind of a theater with on screens in a way, but it's really good though because they play so well and the songs were so good. I never heard them before because I don't know, they're not my jam. I haven't believed they were my jam because I've seen they are progressive, so I'm like see you later. But I'm like,
And
after
that's
seeing
this
this show
band, TJ Suter, you're talking about.
now,
Oh,
I'm,
was it,
I'm talking about I'm talking about Tool.
Tool, Tool. Psh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry
Tool,
about
and
that.
so I haven't heard them before, but after I heard them, like the last 14 days now, I've been listening to Tool non-stop. It's so
Right,
good music.
right.
Shooter is a Norwegian black metal band. I didn't
Oh,
see them because I was watching Mr. Bungle at the time.
oh, okay, okay, gotcha. All right. Extreme. Now that's a little bit odd for them to be in this in this mix.
I
Was
can send you previous years. You will see this is a festival that has no logic, none ever. It's something
right.
for everybody. It's like
Okay.
what's the American phrase for when you have something in a bag for everybody?
Uh that you got me stumped, but I get it. A little something for everybody. That's the
It's like a ruffle.
yes, right. But okay, before we go to Friday, I'm going to switch to a map of Norway.
All right, right.
So this is taking place in Oslo. Now,
Yep, the capital.
so now you were telling me you live near what Trondheim here? So I'm going
Yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes driving by car.
right here, Verdalsora. Verdal
Yep, that's where I am right now.
oh, wow. Okay, so you live like right on a lake or a fjord or
Yeah,
what's
fjord.
wow, very cool. So you were telling me you drove to what Stordal and then you
Yeah,
flew
Stjørdal, yes.
and
And
you
that's where the airport is.
and then you flew to Oslo. Wow,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. How long would it have taken you to drive to Oslo from your home?
With the Norwegian speed limits, I would say between 6 to 8 hours, depending on traffic.
Okay, okay, I guess I understand why you wanted to fly.
Yeah, there's a lot of mountains. There's a lot of valleys. There's
Right,
we are the whole of the mountain king.
right.
Our country basically is. So
Yeah. Well, I normally do the drive from Long Island to my second home, but that's four and a half hours tops. And yeah. And me, I hate going through security at airports and dealing with all the inconveniences. So whenever possible, I prefer to drive. But
yeah, I don't mind going to security if the officer at the thing is pretty.
right. Yeah,
Go, I
there you
say
go.
like, go ahead. So yeah, but
You
yeah,
want a
you gotta
pat
make the
down?
best of it.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Friday, June
All
28th.
right. Friday. I
So
remember from Wednesday and Thursday, my lower back was killing me because I'm not used to standing for 10 hours a day and
yeah,
walking around
I
and so
hear
forth.
you.
So, but on Friday, I guess I got some rest and was like it was the easiest day really.
Mhm.
Uh, First band I saw that day was Orange Goblin
Right,
in the tent scene, and I like the tents where you got a tent stage where the all the most brutal or lesser band is Moonlight stage, which is or it's either that or Vampire stage, but that's my favorite because the sound is really good and it's kind of like mosh pits and it's like mosh pits where kids get to do it and get to be thrown forward and then like led to the side and come back and do the whole thing again. It's
right.
like but it's like it's grass inside, so people stomping on the grass. So it's like it smells like when you cut your grass and you
Yeah,
toss all the grass, it becomes like a compost, like warm grass
right.
smell.
Yep, yep.
That's the only drawback in that tent. But it's the best sound, it's the best dance. So
Interesting.
Orange Goblin is a stoner band, stoner motorcycle band from England. They are really good. They have been around since the mid 90s. Um, and they have given out a lot of albums. They are coming out with an album now or just released it or in a couple of weeks. So we got a couple of like tastes from that new album, like Cemetery Rats and and another song. So it was really cool, and we got the good old classic like Scorpiona, and yeah, it was a really good show, and the sound was good there, so it was a really good show. The vocalist did give us a really good time, like running us on and kind of like got us to sing with, and it was a good experience. Next one I did see was probably Uriah Heep at the main stage.
Oh wow! So you missed all these other bands, huh?
No, they are not in order here.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
Uriah Heep, it was really hot that day, and it's like they were sweating, but they were ripping up the solos, playing songs to 7 to 10 minutes, and they finished with Lady in Black and Easy Living, but they played a lot of like songs from early days. So it was pretty cool show, and I mean they gave it all. They like, if I didn't know better, I was thinking they were on some medication of sorts, because if I'm that have that stamina when I'm in this my 70s, I'm going to be happy. They did deliver one hell of a show. Everybody was watching, and everybody was singing along, and it was a
Yeah.
really good one.
Well,
Uh,
so I just happen to have their set list. So, Save Me
yeah.
Tonight from the new album, Grazed by Heaven, Rainbow Demon, love that. Stealin', Hurricane, also from the new album. Free and Easy, a song that Pete Pardo introduced me to that I absolutely love. Gypsy, July Morning, Easy Living, and they closed it out with Lady in Black. So,
Yeah.
so basically, they cut 3 songs out. When I saw them, they played for an hour and 15 minutes, and they did 11 songs plus a 2-song encore, and you got
Mhm.
10 songs. But all in all, it looked like you got a really good set list. And, I love the fact that they kind of crammed the best of Uriah Heep with a few of their more recent songs and I can't say enough about their latest album, Chaos and Color. So nice that they played 2 from it.
Yeah, they were everybody was singing along, everybody was happy with their set list, and like it was a really good show. They played pretty early in the day, I would say like around 3 or 4 in the daytime. So
Nice.
the sun was really licking at that time.
Right. Okay. Who
Um,
else did you see? Or who else do you
well,
like?
I gotta see now. The next band I saw was probably Abbott from the one that was in Immortal.
Hmm.
He played Abbott covers Immortal because there's a feud there, and there's the right issue, so he can only play the songs he has credits to. But I saw him a couple of years ago too. Then he was right from rehab. He was singing really well, playing really well, was talking to the crowd. This time he played, he hardly talked between the songs. When he talked between the songs, he was mumbling. So I think he's off the wagon again. It was not the best show. He played the songs, and they played a lot of songs, but it was not a good show.
Right.
And he was supposed to do like a radio appearance, like a live radio where people can sit and watch, and he canceled that one. So that only strengthens my theory that he is off the wagon again.
Okay.
Uh, but he played the songs, and they got through the show. It's not that, it's just it wasn't a good show. It wasn't a good performance, like with the crowd and stuff. It seems like he was just getting through it because he had to get through it.
Right.
Sad but true. But then I saw I am Morbid, which is a tributing to it's the previous vocalist for Morbid Angel and the previous drummer Pete the Commando Sensual, and a couple of guitar players, and it was a really good show. It was my favorite show of the whole festival, and it was like because it's the only death metal we got. So it was really good to have some death metal in there, and they played all the good tracks, the old songs that we knew, and everybody was singing along. And it was like the first row was probably kids in like from 12 to 15 years old that was on the first row. So Dave Vincent, that's been around since the 80s, was he was really blown away by the crowd because they were like they had like battle vests on and they were singing all the songs with him. And it's like I was in row 3, so I got a pretty good view of this. And it was everybody from 12 years old to like in their 60s, I guess, that was there.
So Ove, were there seats or was it standing room?
Oh, that's the compost, the smell like compost grass. That's the
Oh,
10th stage, the smallest stage,
gotcha, gotcha.
which really has the best sound because there's no wind in there.
Right, right. Okay.
And then I probably did see, let's see, yeah, Euros Priest.
All right. So Priest, I have a set list for them. So you saw Open with Panic Attack, got
Mm-hmm.
got another thing coming with Early. That was
Mm-hmm.
song number 2. Rapid Fire,
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the Law, Riding on the Wind, which you mentioned,
Yeah.
Devil's Child, I Believe You're the Devil, Sinner,
Yeah.
which I also love.
Oh, yes.
Turbo Lover, I wish they would just get rid of that song out of their set list once and for all.
Fine by me.
What's that?
Fine by me.
Yeah. Invincible Shield, probably one of the best songs of that album. Victim
Yeah, I
of
love it.
Changes. Uh,
Yeah.
then Green Manalishi, another staple. And they closed the set with Painkiller. They came back on for Hellion and Electric Eye. Went out and got his Harley for Hellbent for Leather. And then they closed
Yeah.
Living After Midnight.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's about an average set. But would you say the crowd was really into them like they were Metallica?
Yeah, it was a really good show. They got dice, like their dice for the show was 4 out of 6, which I don't get because they delivered one hell of a show. But I guess that's
Interesting. Huh.
they
Uh,
deserved 6 out of 6 because Rob Halford was pounding
who
that
does these
mic
ratings?
for 100 minutes straight. Huh?
Who does these ratings?
The newspaper idiots.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Everybody has a different opinion, so it's gonna.
Well, this is when you review movies, when you review concerts, when you review albums. If you have that position, you need to recognize good things, even
Mhm.
if it's not your taste at all. You
Well,
got to
Ove,
recognize what's good.
if they were the best, they wouldn't need people like us. So keep
Yeah,
that in mind. Yeah. All right. So Saturday, the last day, Saturday the 29th, which ironically is my son Jason's birthday. So
yeah.
so headline is Greta Van Vliet and zztop. Creator we mentioned. Anybody in this list that I might not know that you really like or you saw?
Uh, well, we got Thunder Mother, the traders. I don't going to talk about them, but
Who?
uh,
Oh,
well,
Thunder Mother.
the guitar player did sack 3 of the members in the band and just didn't give them a notice or anything. He just
Oh,
fucked them over, and they started our own band that you can check out, which is really cool. But
right.
I mean, if it was like a what's it, Montreal screwover job?
Yeah. Well, it's more like something Richie Blackmore would do with
Yeah,
all the people he sacked from Rainbow over the years.
yeah. But this was the whole band except herself, so it was a really shitty deal. But
Oh, so
beside
it
the
was a
point,
she. Okay.
yeah, it's an all-female rock and roll band. It's
Right.
really they were so cool. The vocalist, she was interviewed with on that Male Voice.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Uh, Seaman it's a candy really in Norway. It's like it means slow man, but it's made out of jello, so it's and they're coated sugar with jello, kind of men with different fruit tastes. But Seaman is they have been around since the 90s. They
right.
are kind of gothic, but not like it's kind of like imagine if Kraftwerk, Das Autobahn, if they were like a rock goth band without the synths and stuff. It's kind of very dark, moody kind of stuff. They sing
Hmm.
about schizophrenic stuff. They sing about uh, all kinds of misery things in life. It's a really good band, but they sing on Norwegian. They have a song about schizophrenia, which is called "The Brain Is Alone." It's a cover song, but they play it so well. "The Brain Is Alone." It's such a good song. So that was a really good show on main stage. The vocalist almost died from I guess it was COVID complications, so
Oh, wow.
he barely hang on. So they just recently got back on track because they have been out of commission because of certain things. They delivered one hell of a show. Everybody knows the songs because they sing in Norwegian, so it was a really good starter of the day for me. I haven't seen them since 2006 or 2008, so it's a nice to see them again. Number two, I did see Cavalera brother Max and Igor playing
Oh,
like
of course.
the
Right.
first Sepultura from. They had like it's the Third World Posse set list, so they go from Bestial Devastation, Morbid Vision, and Schizophrenia, which they all re-recorded this past couple of years. So they delivered one hell of a show, and because Schizophrenia was my introduction to Sepultura. So it's my favorite albums of theirs. So it was really nice to hear those songs with Max and Igor. And Max and Igor, they play so well. They play like they were in the 80s. I mean, Igor is a machine on drums, and I believe the bass player is either Max or Igor's son, and they got another young guitar player too that is in his early 20s. So it's really cool. It was a really good set. They were guiding the crowd. They're getting bigger mosh pits going. It was like South America, South America metal scene is worldwide known being the best in the world. So they know how to treat the crowd. Then I probably did see Creator on the main stage, and they played a lot of sucker chant thrash metal songs, which I don't particularly care for. You can
Right.
exchange their main title of the songs with like soccer teams and like chanted on. It's like but we got Pleasure to Kill and right to violence, I think, at the end. So they saved it at the end. So that was good though. But they played a good show. They had a good stage thing with a lot of different things going on stage. Got the whole crowd going, and it's probably really it was really good show. But it's just not my songs they played. They played a lot of newer stuff, which is
Right.
popular with the crowds, which I understand. They are on a festival. They want to spread their word out and get people to listen to them. So I guess that's the thing to do. Next, I probably saw Satyricon, which is a Norwegian black metal band. Been around since the early 90s. They were pretty strict with, or pretty. They had songs that were pretty against Christianity. It's like
Interesting. Wow.
yeah, and they actually had this is kind of funny because Frank Bello, the bass player for Anthrax, actually plays bass for Satirica now. He is not in. I don't know if he's in Anthrax anymore because Danny Liker did play bass for Anthrax on South America tour and stuff. So I mean, he may be in both bands, but he plays with Satyricon right now. So that was kind of interesting. We got the first song I ever heard of them, "Walk the Mighty Path of Sorrow," and we got some newer stuff, which is kind of I call sucker chant black metal, which is not my thing. But you probably would be probably more interesting for you to hear since you're not a black metal guy, but you get the
Right.
gist of it. So. And they played the other hits. They did a really good show. The vocalist he had problems with a brain tumor for the last 5 or 10 years, but so he's really got his hair back, a long hair back, and he seems to have it under control. I don't know if it's gone, but he's still pushing on. He's giving his best. So all kudos to him. Then of course it was zztop time, and zztop. I mean, they started the first song. I guess the first song. If you look up the set list, the bass player came out with a 27 string bass guitar, yellow 27 string
Whoa.
bass guitar. It was funny. It's the because since Dusty Hill, we lost Dusty Hill is his
Right.
bass technician that plays bass for them now. He is going
Right.
to play on their upcoming album too. I guess there are songs that Dusty plays on, so it's going to be a 50-50 job on that album. I'm hoping it gets released during end of the year. And they played. I don't know if you can find the
Actually,
set list. You can.
yep, I have it. It's so
Okay.
they opened with "Got Me Under Pressure." I thank
Hmm.
you. Waiting for the Bus, song that I love. Segues into Jesus Just Left Chicago, another song that I really love. And then Give Me All Your Lovin'. Pearl Necklace.
Yeah.
I'm Nationwide. Love that one. I Gots to Get Paid. My Head's in
Yeah.
Mississippi. 16 Tons. Just Got Paid. Sharp Dressed Man. Legs. Then their encore was Brown Sugar. Oh, the Stones cover.
Oh, they have their own song called from the
Oh,
first album, called Brown Sugar.
Tube Snake Boogie and LaGrange. No
Yeah.
Touch. Oh, wow. Interesting. No.
Yeah, because a lot of people that just listen to the songs of ZZ Top, they don't
Right.
understand the meaning behind Pearl Necklace. They don't understand. They should understand Tube
Right.
Snake Boogie.
Right. But
Uh, I
I mean,
Thank You
it
is
would
a
make
cover
my
song.
night just seeing
Huh?
Waiting for the Bus and Jesus Just Left Chicago. So that would
Yeah, they
make
did
my night.
really good.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Well, they have a lot of undertones in their songs and it's stuff, and it's like they're in. I think Billy and Frank Beard is born in 1949, so they are pushing 75.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and he plays so it's so funny when he plays because he hardly moves his fingers, but he plays the songs anyway. He's like he knows that guitar so well, and
Right.
they've been around since 1969, so it's their 55th year anniversary tour kind of thing.
That's
And I mean,
incredible.
like, yeah,
Incredible.
it's
So then how was
they didn't get too good review in the paper, so
really?
I don't understand it. They did
Yeah.
one hell of a show.
You know what it is? You got some biased reporters.
Yeah.
They don't know how to report with an open mind.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Wait, I did see CZ Top first, then Satyricon, but that doesn't matter because um, the people I stayed over with, it's a friend couple. They had babysitters for their kids, so me and his girlfriend, we did go home earlier because they want us because the tram or the subway doesn't go too late, so they pay for it. So they just wanted to make sure they could go home before the
Right.
last one did go. So
Right.
I didn't see the main thing because I'm not a Greta Van Fleet fan. So, but
Oh, okay.
my buddy and the other buddy that was with us, they wanted to see it, but they saw like I think 3 or 4 songs, and they came home like I don't know half an hour after us. So.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
guess after 4 days, you're gonna get home.
Yeah. Right.
But I guess a lot of people, because when we left up there, Satyricon, me and his girlfriend, it was like I figured we probably wouldn't be so many, so it would be easy to get like a ride and stuff. But I would say half the festival would leave with us, so I was dead wrong there. But I guess some was left for Red One Fleet. But I don't understand. You got Metallica, you got like Tool, which have been around the 90s. They got Tool. It's really difficult to see because you got to pay like $500-600 a ticket to see them because they get sold out the first day.
Right.
Judas Priest, and then you got Great Old Fleet. I mean, shouldn't CC Top finish that day and Great Old Fleet play before them? I mean, logically, but I don't know.
Well,
But
I
still,
mean, if you think about it, I would have liked to see Uriah Heep higher in the bill, but it's just the way it is. I guess it's just you're the what's perceived that you can draw and how many album sales you have, and yeah, and
yeah.
most people stay to see the main attraction. But I guess
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
all the other
yeah.
bands didn't want to be the last headliner, so I can understand that.
Well, Metallica did go away with 2 hours and 15 minutes. They didn't get 2.5 they were supposed to. And US Priest only got 100 minutes, and Tool only they got 95 or 90 minutes because there was a storm incoming. It was like a
Right.
red what's it called when you get like a red warning for weather?
Oh
I guess
yeah. Yeah.
it's purple over in US, is it?
I think it's more red in the U.S.
Okay, well, it's like so they cut it short because they wanted people to get home safe, but it
Right.
flew right past us. So it was kind of I understand they had to do it for security reasons and stuff, but luckily it flew past us, so nobody got hurt or nobody had any problems getting home, which is the most important thing of the day.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop.
And also the festival is really good because they give out free water bottles, you know, those like a pouch kind of thing that you can fill up on your own.
Right.
Previous years they have given out water bottles for free and given out sunscreen for free. Everybody goes around like selling like ear protection for
Right.
the kids and the food. I got to talk about the food because you could probably within those 4 days eat different food each time you eat, like for the whole festival.
Right.
So they really put down a really a lot of different kind of foods, all from
That's
like Uruguay in South America to I guess to Middle East to like fish and chips from England to Norwegian food to like Italian food, pizza of course, Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's. They had like 5 stands, I think, there at the
Jeez.
festival,
Wow.
and there was a lot of beer, different beers to buy. You had like a beer tent where you got a lot of microbreweries and stuff. But they are really focused on alcoholic-free beer this year to kind of like accommodate those that don't drink or people
Yeah.
that have drinking problems that want to
Yeah.
go to a festival and just drink. They had alcoholic-free wine in different various tastes. They had different beers. They had their own stands. So I drank a lot of alcoholic-free beer this time because the taste is the same. I drank a lot of one that called Gringo. It's kind of had like a ginger aftertaste to it. It was like real nice because it was hot, so it's kind of like a fresh aftertaste. So I drank that a lot because the microbreweries tend to be kind of fruity, kind of really heavy, kind of like grainy or
Right.
or whatever. You know how those microbreweries are, so you get so full that you get like a sack of potatoes. You don't want to move
Yeah.
because it's like heavy beers. So you want to stick to kind of like pilsner and like light beers and stuff. So uh, food wise, it's like this Uruguay stuff is really good because it's got like 2 slices of corn biscuits with like chicken and some spice to it in the middle. So it's like I guess like a calf dinner, kind of like you hold in your hand kind of thing. It's really tasty.
Right.
And there was like Greek food, uh, gyro, gyro.
Gyro. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and you got kebab, and you got smoked bits and smoked hot dogs, and you got the barbecues was going, so it was like bunch of smoke, and you could order pretty much and different burgers, and you had like chewing tobacco stands where you could buy chew tobacco. You got VIP sections for those that are besides our regular moral people that pay like $100 or $150 more for our own bathrooms, own bar, own sitting place to sit down, because you can't sit down and watch the main stage somewhere else. The handicap place was really good this year. Usually they have just stacked them around the PA board or the soundboard before, but now they got their own like platform for, and they got elevated so they get to see. And there was quite a few handicapped people that was going around there, and like kids that were handicapped that got to see the shows, got to see Metallica, got to see
That's
all
cool.
the big
That's
ones.
great.
So they had really gone out of their out of their way to do an effort for everybody to have a good time. So I would say this is the
Nice.
best This is the third year I'm there. I'll have to say this is clearly the best one so far. So I'm looking forward to next year.
Well, that's cool. So this is a question I didn't ask you. What's the name of the facility that that hosted this? The grounds, or what kind of facility hosted this event?
Oh, it's an open air thing. It's out and it's straight by a football field, and
Oh,
it's beside a football field near a forest, and it's kind of like a plane. I guess it's on a plains, you can call it, but their buses goes like every 10 minutes to downtown. So you
oh,
could get
okay.
downtown every 10 minutes and up and back again. And I don't think you have to pay for it if you have the because it's included
Right,
in the
right.
festival. And you
Yep.
can walk down and you can take the tram up. Um,
And
and
which
there's a camping near the stage. The
did you stay
bathrooms
in a
was
hotel in Oslo, or did you camp? What did
I
you?
stayed with a friend couple, like I told you, like I
Oh,
did go home earlier with on Saturday night.
oh, nice. Okay,
But
good.
you got two camping areas, one close to the main stage and one down at I'm not sure what you guys call it, but what do you call those that you bet on horses that run around and people sit behind them in a buggy with two wheels?
Oh, the horse and buggy you're talking?
No,
Uh,
it's just this. There's just a seat and two wheels.
oh,
It's kind of like if you
harness.
imagine Ben Hur, but
Ho-
with just a seat,
that's well, in
and you
practical
and you
terms,
bet on them to win, and you get money.
it's harness racing. Yeah, so
Yep,
it's like a
yep,
harness essentially.
yep.
Yeah,
So they have turned that into a campground for people to stay there, and the bathroom situation, of course, when it's 35 to 40,000 people, yeah, they were really good because they have hung up a lot of alcohol, rubbing alcohol to clean your hands
yeah, yeah.
afterwards.
Right,
And there was like toilet paper on every bathroom at all times. But of course, those
right,
it's kind of a cube with like two like things to piss in for us guys on
right.
each side. So it's
Yeah,
like eight
right,
people can pee at the same time. They
right.
ran full because they can't move them. So of course you want to stay uphill.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
I mean, it's like what do you expect? There's 35 to 40,000 people, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's a sanitary nightmare. Or,
yeah, and you
or
got
as
two
Jerry would
facilities
call it,
there. I feel
Jerry
bad for the girls.
Seinfeld, he'd call it an olfactory nightmare or a
Yeah,
sense of smell. Yeah,
yep. You just want to go in and do your business and get the fuck out of Dodge.
yeah. So you had
So
asked me,
you have been on some concert lately too.
yes.
I've
So
seen or heard some
basically,
rumors about.
I'm going to go through very quickly my list of shows. So back in March, I met up with Pete, his brother Rich, and Rich Catino. We went to a place called Starland Ballroom in New Jersey, in Sayreville, New Jersey. It's about
Okay.
it's conveniently located for me as I have to take two bridges, one onto Staten Island and then one off. So it's about I don't know, a 10-20 minute drive from the what they call the outer bridge in Staten
Mhm.
Island to New Jersey. But we saw KK's Priest. Opening for KK's Priest was Burning Witches, an all-female band, and they were great. Then there was LA Guns, which didn't really interest me. That's more hair metal type, music. But they were kind of a little heavier. I guess they stepped up their game.
They're quite popular, and their vocalist he sings really good. So,
But
but I guess it's all down to flavor.
But then KK's Priest was great. Uh, People who follow my channel know that I put some videos up of the shows that I've been to. Couple from KK's Priest. So then in early, what did I see next? Oh, early May, I saw Saxon and Uriah Heep, both phenomenal. Put up a bunch of videos of both bands. I saw them at a place out on Long Island called the Patchogue Theater. Uh, the famous brewery out there called uh, oh shit, what is it? It starts with the word blue. Blue Point Brewery. That's what it is. You would
Okay.
like it. Really good.
Yeah, you
Yes.
definitely need to go.
So they were great. As I said, they both played for about an hour, 15 hour and 20 minutes each, regardless of, and they would flip flop each night. One night, one would be the headliner, the other wouldn't. So they would switch it off. So the night I went, Uriah Heep went on first, but
I guess I saw a few songs of Saxons too. They played early in the day, so Bill Beef, as we call him, he did deliver the goods.
Yeah. Well, now what's unique about Saxon, they were changing up their set list every couple days. They would swap a few songs in and out, like every night. So it was a very cool thing that they did that. So, and I guess they had their lighting guy all ready for whatever song they played, and so on and so forth, and their sound guy. But uh, of course, I thought Uriah Heep sound-wise sounded a little better, but what are you going to do? Early June, literally 10 minutes from my house, I saw Symphony X at a place called Mulcahy's in the town of Wantor. Same place I went to last night. I took some pictures at Wantor Park last night. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, beautiful pictures. Really good weather also.
Yeah, kind of like a beachy type place, and it's really. And you want to know something? It was so nice and breezy and cool down by the water. It's not as hot as it is more inland. What else do I have coming up? So September, mid-September, I am going to see KK's Priest again, this time in Manhattan, because he's coming around a second time, and this time he's bringing Accept with him.
Oh wow, that's going to be a good tour for you.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show. I am debating whether I want to go see Deep Purple, and yes, they are playing on September 1st at Jones Beach Amphitheater.
I mean, go and see them. How long can they stick around? I mean,
Yeah.
they're starting to get pretty grown up.
I mean, yeah, I'm curious. There's the curious factor. They won't sell out, so.
Have you seen Yes before?
I have twice. Did I?
And
Yes, 2 times. Yeah. Purple I've seen, I think 3 or 4. Yeah. Also, so there's a park near me called Eisenhower Park, and ironically, they had this cricket tournament there where
oh, nice.
they built a temporary stadium. Me and all the local residents were not happy about it because we think that only the local politicians benefited from it. But in the meantime,
Lovely.
who came down here to work security? None other than our own Lynn Versace.
Oh, cool. She keeps people in line.
She drove down to my neck of the woods, and unfortunately, I was too busy with work. I couldn't meet up with her, and security was tight. So, but next time. But that park, they have a series of free concerts every year, and August 24th, I believe it is. No, 25th. That night is a free concert in what they call the Harry Chapin Amphitheater. I don't know if you ever heard of Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. He was the lead guitarist of the Eagles. He's going to be playing a free concert. And
oh, nice.
He's the guy who basically wrote the music to the song Hotel California. So, but it's a free concert, and I'm going to try to get there and record him a little bit. And the reason that it's called the Harry Chapin Theater, I don't know if you're familiar with Harry Chapin at all.
Give me something more to go on.
Do you know the song Taxi or Cats in the Cradle? Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon. Little boy.
Yeah. I know that song because there's a Norwegian artist that has made a Norwegian version of that song.
Okay, so that guy, he was supposed to perform at this amphitheater that night. One night in the summer, he died in a car accident on the way to the venue.
Oh wow!
Saddest thing. So they named the amphitheater after him, and he was so big on charity. So they opened up what they call the Harry Chapin Long Island Food Cares Food Bank. And
It sounds like Bob Hope.
yeah, but my Odd Fellows, what we do is every year we collect food to give to this Harry Chapin.
Oh, that's really good. I like that. I like
Do
that
that right
principle.
around right before Thanksgiving every year.
Oh, good. A lot of people have a hard time around Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yep.
So that's beautiful that you take care of everybody in around you, and
Right.
yeah, that's
Do
a lot of respect right there.
But that's about it.
It's like George Costanza says, we live in a society.
We're living in a society.
Yep. So you got to take care of everybody.
Oh, what's the time, buddy? Oh, there's a clock over there on the wall.
It's right there in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
So,
not.
I think yeah, so we went about an hour, I guess, and it's a very cool discussion. Thank you for coming on at a short notice, Ove.
Yeah, I just want to do a shout out here to Count Ralphus or Rich Ampora. There's a thing made on Quinn pins that Stephen Keeler and Tracy, I believe, has made for him. It's a medal against cancer. It's going to be on the 24th of August on 12th Railroad Avenue, Middletown, New York, and there's 12 bands, local bands.
Oh wow!
And it's a cancer fest, and all the proceedings will go to Ralph to get him back.
That's a Saturday.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately,
so I should go everybody that's in the area that like
I'm
rural
booked that
metal.
day, unfortunately, I have another event, so I'll be
Yeah.
I won't be.
These local bands, like, just to go and support Rich, say hello, and like show your support against cancer, and all the proceedings, like I said, goes to him to get back to pay from insurance and medicine or whatever to like get him back on track. Talk to and say hello, and there's the final band is a Slayer tribute band. It's 12 bands, so it's a all-day thing.
Wow.
So
nice.
it's a really nice thing to Stephen Keeler to do. So everybody go and support and fight cancer.
You have a web link for that?
No, there's just a flyer here I got from Rich. I can send it to you afterwards, so we can post it.
Please do, yeah.
Yeah. That's my shout out.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. So I am starving to death, so I am going to go eat.
All right. You have guess who's coming to dinner, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a great chat. So we'll speak.
Yeah, we must do it again soon and stuff. So just hit me up with anything, and I will chatter beyond midnight. So it's all good.
Right. Oh yeah. It's over one. It's past 1 in the morning for you now. I feel so lucky, man.
It's 2:30 in the morning, but like he says, we are all creatures of the night.
Damn. Wow. Okay. Well, you go get your rest, buddy. I don't want to keep you any longer. But so this is Jack Toledano speaking for All or Not According to Jack. Please check out my other episode if you get a chance. I recently did an episode with Tim Derling about a book that he wrote about Kansas and an album review. So check that out as well. And Ove and I will speak to you soon. Have a good.
Yeah, and share the channel, share the links, share the videos, share it with friends, family, whatever. Just share it around. Jack will be really happy about it. Just support the channel.
Yep. All right. Thanks all. Bye.